Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I wanted to do a really simple and easy holiday look for you. So if you want to see how I got this look right here, then just keep on watching. The first thing I'm doing is taking my e.l.f. Daily Moisturizer, and I'm just applying this all over my face with my fingers. I haven't been using this moisturizer for too long, but I've really started to love it. And then I'm taking my L'Oreal Glotion, and I'm using this as a primer. So I'm just taking my fingers, applying it all over my face. As you can tell while I'm applying it, it gives you a really nice dewy finish. So your skin is literally glowing as soon as you put this on, which is something I really like about this. It also does keep my makeup in place all day since I have really oily skin, so this works great as a primer. And now I'm going to apply my foundation. I started using the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. I have never been a big fan of drugstore foundations, but I found this one. I've heard really good things about it, and I have started to love it. As you can tell already, all of the little scars that I had on my face, completely gone with this foundation. I mean, when they say full coverage, they mean it, and this one is so inexpensive. It has a really nice consistency, and so if you guys are looking for a drugstore foundation, I would highly recommend this one. And then I'm using my Makeup Revolution concealer, and I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes, on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, well, I guess I did my chin first, and then the bridge of my nose. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a beauty blender to blend that in. I really like this concealer as well. I've been using this one for a while. I go between this one and the LA Girl concealer, but this one is the perfect color for me. It's very similar to the Tarte Shape Tape, and I think that is one reason that I do really love it. So I also apply a little bit of concealer on my eyelids. It almost acts as an eyeshadow primer, so it just gives you a nice base once you're going to put the eyeshadow on. And then I'm using bronzer today instead of doing a contour. So I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is the light one, and I really do enjoy this bronzer. It smells great. It has a really nice texture, and I actually really like the color that it gives also. So I'm just doing the hollows of my cheeks, the jawline, and also my forehead, and I'm just using a big fluffy brush just so that it doesn't have to be so precise, especially since it's just a bronzer. I don't normally contour my nose, but I wanted to in this look, so I'm just using a flat brush, and with a little bit of bronzer, I just went around the side of my nose where I wanted to contour it. So now for blush, I'm using the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush, and this is in the color Feisty. So I'm just applying that to my cheeks. And then instead of using actual eyeshadow, I'm just going to be using my bronzer today. So I put that in the crease, and I'm just blending that out with a blending brush. I wanted this look to be super natural, especially since it has a very bold lip. So I just wanted to do something really neutral for the eyes. I also applied a little bit of eyeshadow underneath my lash line. And then for the lid, I took my Tarte Skin Twinkle palette. So this is just a highlighter palette. I wanted to give my eyes just a little bit of shimmer. So I took the most matte highlighters just because I didn't want it to be too glittery. I just wanted a little bit of shimmer. So I just took another flat brush and I applied that all over my lid and then blended out the crease. Now for my eyebrows, the first thing I did was just took a spoolie and brushed all of my eyebrow hairs up. And then I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade. This is in the color dark brown, and just with a flat angled brush, I started to fill in my eyebrows. Starting from the bottom, I just applied a little bit of that pomade and blended it up. And then just around the top of my eyebrow, I blended it down. I wanted my eyebrows to be really natural, not too dark. So then once I'm finished here, I will go ahead and use a little bit of concealer around the edges. Of course, in the middle or the very front of your eyebrow, you want that to be a little bit lighter than the rest of it. So make sure that you're using a really light hand, and that way it gives you that ombre look that everyone loves with eyebrows. As you can tell with this eyebrow also, I am missing a lot of hair towards the arch, which can be really hard to work with sometimes, but the pomade is actually really good for this, for making almost fake eyebrow hairs, so that's why I really love it, especially in those spots that I need a little more. But I just took my concealer now, and I'm just going to clean up my brows a little bit. I didn't use a lot of concealer at all. I almost just used what was on the brush before, just to clean them up. I didn't want to give my eyebrows too much of a highlight around, so that's why I really like using a small brush like this. You can be really precise, and you don't have to use a lot of product at all. Now I'm using a flat angled brush to blend out that concealer. I really like using brushes like this, especially in these areas, because it is such a small area and you want to make sure that, you know, your eyebrow doesn't get messed up. It blends right into the foundation, so I find this brush to be very helpful. And then for mascara today, I'm actually going to be using one by Lancome. This is just a sample one that I had, but I really wanted to use it. I actually really do like this mascara. It definitely gave me a lot of volume with my eyelashes, so I was happy about that. This was my first time using it. I think I had a little bit too much product on the brush at first though, so definitely just make sure that you get as much as you can off first, because it was getting on my lash line. But I cleaned that up with a little bit of concealer. And then for the lipstick, I'm taking the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick. And I love this color. It is a super, super bright red. This is the perfect color for the holidays. I love these kind of lipsticks, especially if you're going to be wearing them for long periods of time, because it is matte. And this one actually stays on pretty well, especially after drinking and eating. After I am done putting on lipstick though, that completes the look. I did my hair for the first time, which is insane because I suck at hair, but I managed to do it somehow. Practice makes perfect, so I'm really happy about that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video though. I hope everyone has a great holiday. These are all of my social medias if you want to follow, but I love you all and I will see you next Monday.